how Anansi brought stories to the world. Long ago, before stories were told, before laughter and lessons filled the nights, all the tales in the world belonged to Nyame, the great sky god. People had no stories to tell by the fire, only silence and darkness when the sun went down. But Anansi the Spider, small, clever, and full of mischief, wanted to change that. He climbed high to Nyame's golden palace in the sky and bowed low. "Great Nyame," said Anansi, "I wish to buy your stories so the people may share them." Nyame laughed so hard the stars shook. "You, a tiny spider? My stories are not for the likes of you. But if you truly want them, bring me 3 things, impossible things, then we will see." He leaned close and said, "Bring me Anini the python, who is longer than a palm tree. Bring me Osebo the leopard, whose claws are sharper than knives. And bring me Muasha the hornets, who sting like fire. Asterisk, asterisk, do this," Nyame said, "and the stories shall be yours." Anansi went home and thought hard. He found his wife, Aso, who was even cleverer than he was. "How can I catch something as long as a tree?" he asked. Aso smiled. "Make the python prove it." So Anansi cut a long palm branch and went to where Onini lived. He pretended to argue with his wife loudly. "My wife says you're not as long as this branch." "I am," hissed Onini. "Prove it," said Anansi. The python stretched out beside the branch, and while he did, Anansi quickly tied him fast from head to tail with vines. "Now I see you are longer," Anansi said, grinning as he carried him away. And next, he went to catch Osebo the leopard. Anansi dug a deep pit in the path and covered it with leaves. That night, Osebo fell in with a roar. Anansi came at dawn, pretending to help. "Here, friend, I'll pull you out with this rope," said the spider. When the leopard grabbed it, Anansi tied the other end to a tree, trapping him upside down. "Thank you for helping me bring stories to the people," Anansi said, and carried Osebo to Nyme's palace. Anansi and the hornets, finally, he went after the hornets. He filled a gourd with water and poured some over their nests, crying, "It's raining, it's raining." Then he held out a hollowed gourd. "Quick, take shelter in my dry gourd before the storm returns." The hornets buzzed inside, and Anansi stopped the hole with a leaf. He had caught them all. Anansi carried his 3 prizes up to the sky and laid them before Nyame. The sky god looked at the tiny spider and laughed again, but this time with respect. "You have done what no one thought possible," Nyame said. "From this day, all the stories shall belong to you, Anansi the Spider, and through you, to humankind." And from that day on, people told stories. Stories of courage and cleverness, of laughter and lessons. Stories that still travel across oceans and generations. Anansi's tales teach that wisdom isn't about size or power, it's about wit. Stories belong to everyone, not just the mighty. And that a little trickster spirit keeps the world alive with laughter and imagination.